Welcome to HVTV1. Your event will begin shortly. Just waiting up for the first game to finish here at Hidden Valley High School. We'll be with you probably close to 15 minutes, so stay with us on HVTV1.com because coming up, the Mustangs and the Lancers in a game of baseball. Stay with us. All right, welcome to HVTV1.com. We're going to be with you in just a few minutes. We're in the top of the 6th inning with Hidden Valley versus Cottage Grove. We're going to wait for them to finish this game up, and they'll be with you on HVTV1.com. Just receiving word that this top of the 6th inning is going to be our last one for the Cottage Grove game. So again, in just a few minutes, Hidden Valley and South Umpqua is going to be live here on HVTV1.com.
Welcome to HVTV1.com for this special presentation of the Hidden Valley High School Mustangs. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank, Don Carter LLC, Fields Ace Home Center, Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati, and LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire. These wonderful people and businesses help bring you these free events, so support them in their service. And get ready for some great action ahead on HVTV1.com.
Hello and welcome to HVTV1 Student News. I'm Josh Eldridge. Along with me is Cale Harms, and we're coming to you live from the Evergreen Federal Sports Complex on the campus of Hidden Valley High School, ready to bring you this special presentation, the Hidden Valley High School Mustangs on HVTV1.com. This afternoon's matchup features the Hidden Valley Mustangs and the South Umpqua Lancers, a rematch from this earlier season's football game. We'll get to that in a little bit more later on, so stay tuned. There's a lot of action coming up on HVTV1.com.
And President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC Equal Housing Lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and...
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. This first broadcast this spring season featuring a baseball matchup between the Hidden Valley Mustangs and the South Umpqua. Sweet home due to a rain delay, and then no lights here at the field. Had to call it off. Tied 4-4 last night. So again, Hidden Valley 5-0-1, ranked second in the state. We'll get to that a little bit later too. Second in the Skyline Conference is Phoenix. They are 5-2 so far on the season. Mazama is 4-1. Henley is 3-1. Powerhouse in the state of Oregon for sure. Klamath Union is 3-3, and finally rounding out the Skyline Conference, North Valley at 0-4. Again, we mentioned a couple top 10 ranked teams in the Skyline Conference. Take a look at the entire OSA top 10 state standings. North Skyline Conference opponent Phoenix is in the 6th spot at a 5-2 record. Henley is number 7 with 3-1. Sweet Home, who Hidden Valley tied again earlier yesterday, is ranked 8th in the state. Baker, who Hidden Valley lost to last year in the playoff game, is ranked number 9, and Marist Catholic is in the 10th spot, rounding out the list. Again, I mentioned Henley. Surprising that they're a little bit 3-1. Last year was the first year in 5 in total that Henley missed the state championship game. They lost in the quarterfinals last year. And again, we mentioned Hidden Valley lost 10-5 to Baker, the number 9th ranked team in the state right now. They lost to them in the play-in game last year. And in 2017, Hidden Valley losing to Astoria in the quarterfinals. Take a look at South Umpqua, though. 10-2 last year, and in fact lost twice to Hidden Valley last year, a 15-0 loss, and an just beat 12-6. South Umpqua lost 18-6, and they lost to Marshfield 13-8. Who Hidden Valley in fact beat Marshfield earlier this season. Hidden Valley beat Marshfield 12-2 back on the 20th last Wednesday. Other than that, Hidden Valley's beat Philomath 12-2. Beat Cottage Grove 5-1 earlier this season, and of course beat them 12-6 earlier today. On the 18th, they beat Madras 10-0. They beat Elmira 16-5, and then again Marshfield on Wednesday 12-2. It looks like we're getting ready for first pitch here pretty soon. I think they're getting ready for the meeting at the plate. So we're gonna go ahead and take one more break here on HVTV1. Again, the Mustangs and Lancers coming up.
The weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing outside and you may need to update This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy.
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. This matchup between the Hidden Valley Mustangs and the South Umpqua Lancers. Again, Hidden Valley ranks second in the state with a 5-0-1 record, and South Umpqua 0-6-1. Two teams in very different spots in their preseason plays. We get right into the starting lineups, starting with Hidden Valley. Leading off in center field is going to be number 4, Bodhi Kissel. Parker Wright hitting second in right field. Number 9, Isaac Hill is at the shortstop position, hitting third. Number 2, Colin Schultz, going to be on the bump today for Hidden Valley, hitting fourth. Number 5, Nate Vidlac is going to be behind the dish tonight. Number 7, Sam Vidlac at second base. Hitting eighth is number 10, Matt Uemizu, designated hitter. Now hitting eighth, Lawrence Matusik. He's at first base. Hitting in the 9th spot, Gavin McLaughlin in left field. And hitting at the 10th spot, number 1, Ryan Harry at third base. Again, Colin Schultz on the mound for Hidden Valley. Going to get this one started here pretty soon. So we go over the starting lineups for the South Umpqua Lancers. Number 10, Credence Hill is going to be leading off the Lancers in center field. Number 1, Cade Johnson's batting second at shortstop. Number 7, Aspen Roberts in the 3-hole at second base. Number 8, Jeremiah Geiger hitting in the cleanup spot in left field. Hidden Valley Mustangs take the field now. Number 3, Ever Lamb on the bump for the Lancers, hitting in the 5 spot. Number 18, Doug Martin, designated hitting tonight. Number 15, Noah Rudy in the 7th spot, playing first base. Number 5, Cash Simons in right field tonight. Number 2, Zach Wilson in the 9-hole at third base. And finally, hitting 10th is Caleb Horton behind the dish for the Lancers. Is Colin Schultz throwing his warm-up pitches right now. And again, we should talk about it a little bit, is the Cottage Grove game that we just saw a little while ago. Bodhi Kissel on the mound threw 3 shutout innings to end the game, and now in center field. So one thing to look at is how strong his arm is going to be. Saying in between games, though, that he still feels good, and that with Schultz on the mound, he doesn't expect to see much play out there. Schultz hoping for some lights out pitching from him for the Mustangs. Again, Hidden Valley Mustangs team got a couple new faces on the coaching staff this past offseason. Hidden Valley now coached, of course, head coach Mark Vidlac, always there at the helm. Now assistant coaches Curtis Kissel, Brian Diotti, and Mike Reese. Diotti and Reese from the Grants Pass Nuggets American Legion baseball team, which finished second in the district this past season and lost to the Salem Dodgers in the playoffs. So definitely 2 experienced coaches there, and it's paid great dividends for the Mustangs so far this season. So we bring up the Evergreen Federal Bank scoreboard to get this one going. First pitch, a strike. 4:51, the time of the first pitch here tonight. Again, having to end the Cottage Grove game a little bit early due to light restrictions, and wanting to get this game going and hopefully not ending in a tie like it did versus Sweet Home last night. Again, Hidden Valley tying that one 4-4 after it rained and we couldn't get back onto the field. Daylight savings time can't save you all the time, I guess. Count 0-2. That one fouled off. Again, Credence Hill at the plate for the Lancers. Oh, 0-2 pitch. That one hit hard on the ground. That one's going to be picked up by Sam Vidlak. Fields it routinely, fires to first. Nice stretch by Matusik to get the runner. So with one down, we'll take a look around the diamond for Hidden Valley. Again, behind the plate is going to be Nate Vidlak. Starting on the third base side, it's going to be Ryan Harry. And we got Isaac Hill at the shortstop position. Sam Vidlak at second base. At first base is going to be Lawrence Matusik. We get the outfield after this pitch. That one hit high in the air. Vidlak calls everyone off. Going to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Outfield for Hidden Valley, starting in left field, is going to be Gavin McLaughlin. In center is Bodhi Kissel. And in right field, it's the senior Parker Wright. 2 outs in the inning, 2 quick outs for Colin Schultz. That brings up Aspen Roberts, the second baseman for the Lancers. That one's called high for ball 1. Colin Schultz being told, pound the strike zone, just want to throw strikes. Got good defense behind him for the Mustangs. Very, very good infield, led by Sam Vidlak. Actually quarterback for the Hidden Valley Mustangs this past football season. Mustangs beat the Lancers earlier in the football season, 34-14 on their road to the first playoff appearance in a decade for the Mustangs football program. Hopefully continuing the tradition here in baseball. Pitch is taken for a strike. The count 3-1 now with 2 outs. Aspen Roberts at the plate for the Lancers. That one's going to be taken in the zone as well, working it back to a full count. Colin Schultz working back from a 3-0 to now a 3-2. Now the payoff pitch with 2 outs. That one's going to be taken for a ball. Aspen Roberts finds himself on first base. First base runner of this ball game. Now stepping up for the Lancers is Jeremiah Geiger, the left fielder, with a runner on first and 2 outs. Still going to take a lot to get that runner across. Nice ball in the gap might do the job, though, for the Lancers. That one's taken inside, ball 1. That one smacked into right field. Parker Wright tries to dive for it. That one's not going to happen. Aspen Roberts is going to come into third base. They're going to hold him up. Runners at second and third now with 2 outs. Now at the plate for the Lancers is Ever Lamb, the pitcher. Runners on second and third now with 2 outs. After Parker Wright tried to dive in for that one, could not make the play, allowing Roberts to advance to third. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. Count 1-1 now to the 5-hole hitter, Ever Lamb. On deck, should he get the chance, is Doug Martin, the designated hitter for the Lancers. That one fouled off. Called strike 3 on Ever Lamb, and that is 3 outs in the inning. 2 runners left on for the Lancers on 1 hit, but no one comes across. Still tied at 0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Stay with us on HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. The Mustangs get their first at-bats of this ball game. First pitch to him is going to be taken inside to number 4, the leadoff hitter, Bodhi Kissel. Again, on the mound for the Lancers is Ever Ham. Lamb, a freshman, on the mound for the Lancers. That ball rolls to the backstop for ball number 2. That one fouled off into the cars. Look out into the parking lot. Didn't sound like it hit anything. So now it's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike to Bodhi Kissel. Kissel been with the program a few years now. Hits that one on the ground. Lamb going to field that one, stretching out for it, tossing it onto first base for the first out of the inning. Stepping into the plate now for the Mustangs is the senior right fielder, Parker Wright. Parker Wright taking that one low for the first ball. That one taken low as well. Ball 2 to the senior right fielder. Three balls, no strikes to Parker Wright. Again, playing in right field in the top of the first inning, allowed that one ball to get past him, diving for that one, but still no harm done. Still 0-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. He's going to take that one. It's going to be strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out in the inning. On deck for the Mustangs is Isaac Hill. That one swung on and missed. Parker Wright now on a 3-2 count. Horton calls his pitch behind the plate. Now the pitch is taken. Parker Wright hung up looking. Thought it was ball 4, instead called strike 3. 2 outs now in the inning. Now that's going to bring up number 9, the shortstop, Isaac Hill. And see what he can get done here. Maybe try to get a rally started as that pitch goes behind his head for ball 1. That one's taken for a strike as well. Something to pay attention, though. Isaac Hill playing shortstop, usually somewhere where you'll see Ryan Harry. Harry now playing the third base position. And the guy who's on the mound for the Mustangs, Colin Schultz, can easily fit into that third base spot as that one's fouled off slicing. And Roberts will not be able to track that one down as it goes out of play. But could see a little bit of Ryan Harry on the bump a little bit later tonight. Just maybe some strategy coming out from Mark Vidlac, head coach of the Hidden Valley Mustangs. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now the count to Isaac Hill as that one is taken for ball 2. Pitch just a little bit low. Now from the windup, Lamb with the pitch. That one a strikeout looking again. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Everham. No base hits for Hidden Valley. That'll send us to the second inning of play. Score still tied at 0. You're watching HVTV1.com. Welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're in the top of the second inning here at the Evergreen Sports Complex on the campus of Hidden Valley High School. The Mustangs and the Lancers tied. Still no runs after 1 inning. Due up this inning for South Umpqua is going to be the designated hitter Doug Martin, Noah Rudy, and Cash Simons, the right fielder. And on the mound for Hidden Valley is Colin Schultz, the right-handed pitcher. Gave up 1 hit and struck out 1 in the last inning. Now taking a swing. That one's picked up by Ryan Harry. He bobbles it. The fire onto first is in time. A nice stretch by Lawrence Matusik to get the first out of this inning. Bounce off the palm of the glove for Harry, but keeping with it, a good play. Definitely a much more matured player these past couple years is Ryan Harry. Really dedicating himself this past winter to basketball, and now, of course, playing baseball, the one he's real passionate about, as steps in the right-handed hitter, Noah Rudy, the first baseman for the Lancers. Taking a first pitch. Looks like it was called strike 1. Now 1 out in the top of the second. That one's going to be fouled off toward the dugout. And 1 hit in the game so far for the Lancers. They've left 2 runners on base. The 0-2 count to Noah Rudy. That one going to be fouled off into the green lawn back there behind the away dugout. Again, as you look a little bit past there, you can see the actual high school here at Hidden Valley. On spring break this week, no one's going to be occupying the spaces or the classrooms, and I'm sure the students are all happy about that, but it's back to the grind next week. No balls, 2 strikes count. That pitch is high. Gets him chopping at wood. Noah Rudy strikes out for the second out in the second inning. Second strikeout of the game for Colin Schultz. Now steps in number 5, Cash Simons, the right fielder. Right-handed hitter, a little bit of a smaller strike zone as he gets him swinging for the first strike. 0-1 now to the number 7 hitter in this lineup. Excuse me, the number 8 hitter in this lineup. Swung on and missed again. 0-2 count. Colin Schultz firing into that strike zone. Back-to-back fastballs there. See what he goes with on the third pitch. Maybe something off speed to try to get Simons. That one a fastball as well, but was another strikeout. It looked like it was fouled off, but comes out of that with a strikeout. That's 3 outs in this inning. No runners come across on no hits for the Lancers. Still tied at nothing. Hidden Valley now up in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back on HVTV1.com.
Wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're in the bottom of the second inning. The Mustangs and the Lancers. Still no runs between these two teams, but the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Hidden Valley. We'll see if they can get the rally started for the Mustangs. It's going to be Colin Schultz, Nate Vidlak, and Sam Vidlak in the middle of the order for Hidden Valley. Still looking for their first hit, but the pitcher now at the plate is going to be Colin Schultz. Having a good day on the mound so far. Still in the very early going of this game, so it's a little bit tough to tell. But he's going to take that one a little bit low. Ball 2. Again, coaching the bases for Hidden Valley on third base side is going to be Mark Vidlak. And over there, coaching first base for Hidden Valley. After this pitch is going to be called a ball. Coaching first base for the Mustangs. It's going to be Curtis Kissel. Again, Brian Diotti and Mike Reese, coaching additions to this team during the offseason. Two very experienced coaches helping Hidden Valley greatly, as they've yet to find their first loss of the season as Colin Schultz takes strike 1. Count 3-1 now. Ever Lamb on the mound. Got through the first inning fairly easy. 3 up, 3 down for the Mustangs as that one's fouled off into the people sitting on the lawn behind home plate. 2 strikeouts the first inning for Lamb. Now the 3-2 to Schultz. A fastball up in the zone gets Schultz swinging. Strikeout to begin the second. That's going to bring up Nate Vidlak. He's catching today for Hidden Valley. Nate Vidlak, a freshman, starting on the varsity level for the Mustangs. Going to see a great deal from him, I think, this season. Definitely one of the more talked about freshmen at this school in terms of any kind of sport, really, as he swings and misses at strike 1. The count now 1-1. Lamb getting himself into a lot of these deep counts. Might hurt him later when that pitch count starts to get up there a little bit, as that one runs a bit too far inside, and that's going to end up getting Sam right in the hands. Or excuse me, getting Nate in the hands. First walk issued by Ever Lamb. So now that'll bring up Sam Vidlak, the sophomore phenomenon at Hidden Valley. Quarterback in the football team. And now in the second base position for the Mustangs. That one's hit on the ground. Roberts not going to be able to get a glove on that one. Nate rounding second, heading for third. And head coach Mark Vidlak going to hold him at third base. So that puts runners at the corners with only one away. Vidlak giving his signs as designated hitter Matthew Iwamizu steps up to the plate for the Mustangs. He's definitely had a great sophomore year at school too. Linebacker on the football team, and of course a great wing for the basketball team, and now catcher and designated hitter now, showing bunt. He's still, I believe, held up in time. He's going to take ball one. In the Vidlak brothers, Nate and Sam on third and first base respectively. Great opportunity for Hidden Valley to put up a crooked number on that scoreboard. And it looked like it might have been a balk, but no call. I think Vidlak probably thought it was a balk too, is what it sounds like out there. I'd assume that's what they're talking about, but you can never be too sure. Vidlak definitely not afraid to let his opinion be known with those umpires out there, but always respectful about it. And I'm sure that's what they're talking about out there. But again, 1 ball, no strikes is going to be the count to Matthew Iwamizu. Runner in scoring position on third base. A good chance for Iwamizu to try to knock him in. Ground ball up the middle will do the job. Definitely looking to put one up the middle or into the outfield, as Vidlak can definitely run on third. Maybe try to get that sacrifice fly home as he lays that one down. Vidlak racing to the plate. The toss home is not going to be caught, as Horton cannot squeeze that one, and Vidlak's going to come across for the first run of the ball game. Iwamizu reaches on a fielder's choice, and Sam moves up to second. That brings up number 3, first baseman Lawrence Matusik, who he missed the basketball season due to an MCL sprain, I believe it was, and missed the entirety of the season, but extremely excited to be back up for baseball season as he lays down a bunt there too. Lamb picks it up. The throw is too late, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out for the Mustangs. Bases loaded, 1 out. And at the plate is Gavin McLaughlin, the left fielder. Chance to do some real damage here. Playing in on the grass is Wilson, the third baseman for the Lancers. It's probably a good idea. Mustangs have laid down back-to-back bunts to move these runners over. Coming set now on the mound is Lamb. Now the pitch, that one's lined into right center field. And that one's going to be over the right fielder's head. Coming around to score is Sam Vidlak. Matthew Iwamizu scores as well. Waving around Matusik. He's going to dive in there safely. And now coming in to score is Gavin McLaughlin. He's going to race in there and an inside the park home run. Off the errant throw, he comes all the way around to score, as that one was driven far and deep into the wall. And a bases clearing inside the park home run. Not something you see too often. But now the Mustangs lead 5-0. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Ryan Harry. That one's hitting the air behind the plate. running out of room behind there is going to be Horton. But a 5-0 inning for Hidden Valley. And again, on the inside the park, home run by Gavin McLaughlin. Might have been an errant throw coming in, but we'll give it to him. 5-0 the score now. Still 1 out in the inning for the Mustangs. The rally might not be over yet as a switch hitting hitter Ryan Harry takes ball 2. Not happy with that baseball. I wouldn't be happy with that baseball either after it got driven to that right field fence. Going to switch that one out. Everett Lamb was off to an incredible start through the first 5 outs of this game, too. Or through the first 4. Got 3 strikeouts. But the Mustangs offense woke up a little bit, and that's why they're ranked second in the state. 3 balls, 1 strike, and a meeting on the mound for the Lancers. That's going to be head coach Steve Stevens coming in to try to talk to his man out there. Really all you can say at this point is, just try to calm down, get the next 2 guys, and we'll figure it out once we go back in, try to get a rally started. They've got no one warming up in the bullpen that I can see. So I think at this point, just trying to talk his man down out there on the mound. But, again, like I said, had a great start through the first inning. And started out this second inning with the strikeout on Schultz. But since then, after he hit Nate Vidlak with that pitch inside, it's just been all downhill and all those guys coming across to score. Ryan Harry's ahead in the count 3-1-2. Probably the best time to come out and talk to your guy on the mound. It's right about now. Just try to calm him down. Just get out of this inning. No more runs can come across as that pitch is going to be swung on and missed. I think he might have fouled it off. As a matter of fact, I guess it's Bodhi Kissel at the plate, not batting 10 today. He's going to take that walk. Second walk issued. My Everett Lamb is Bodhi Kissel. My apologies, is now on first base. And that's going to bring up Parker Wright. Bodhi Kissel takes off. That ball gets to the backstop. Kissel going to round second, head for third. And no, he stops about halfway there. But it looks like he was about to commit to that one. Might have been a little bit of a risky play. Put all the pressure on Horton to make that throw, but instead going to hold up at second on the pass ball. Getting at the plate is going to be Parker Wright. That's a nice breaking ball, going to find the zone. Strike 1. 1-1 count, still 1 out in this inning. The only out being Colin Schultz on the strikeout swinging. But Lamb has found himself in a heap of trouble in this second inning. Now another runner in scoring position. Parker Wright going to lay down a bunt. Horton comes up and fields it, fires to first. Bodhi Kissel actually ends up going home on the throw. He dives in safely. Bodhi Kissel taking advantage of Horton coming in front of the plate and will end up scoring from second on the bunt single. Score now 6-0 in favor of Hidden Valley on 5 hits. Mustangs making the most of what they've got. Now Parker Wright on first. Throw over. Wright's going to make it back in time, and now Isaac Hill at the plate. On deck is Colin Schultz, the man who started this all, even if it was with the first out of the inning, but Hidden Valley rallying in a big way here in the second. One hit down the middle, taking an ugly hop on Wilson. He recovers. Throw's going to end up taking Rudy off the bag. So Hill's going to end up reaching on an E5. He reaches first. Wright moves up to second. And Colin Schultz, we'll see what he's going to be able to do now. He already hit once this inning. But now with runners on first and second, See if he can do some damage. That pitch is taken low. Pretty big lead taken by Parker Wright off a second. He was halfway down the baseline by the time that pitch was being delivered. High fly ball. That one's going to be in shallow center field. Going to be taken in by the shortstop Johnson for the second out of the inning. So Colin Schultz has accounted for each of the 2 outs in this inning. So that's going to bring up Nate Vidlak. He was hit by a pitch earlier this inning and came in for the second run in this inning after being hit by a pitch. Vidlak going to take that pitch low for ball 1. Now 2 outs. Again, Schultz accounting for both of those outs. Once a strikeout, once a fly out to the shortstop. Maybe Hidden Valley will be able to continue this going. Two balls, no strikes. The count to the catcher, Nate Vidlak. Nice breaking ball, going to find the bottom of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike now. It was a great pitch from Lamb. Has only got really 1 hard hit ball off of him too to this point. But Hidden Valley playing a lot of small ball. Again, 2 bunts. Actually 3 to bring home all these runs this inning as that one is fouled off. But only that 1 hard hit ball from McLaughlin to bring in those 4 runs earlier this inning. But other than that, been pitching fairly decent, pitching to contact, just, 1 error in the inning, and that's, how it goes in baseball. That one's hit hard on the ground, snagged, it looked like by Wilson. He's just going to tag the bag and get the Lancers out of this very long 6-run inning for the Mustangs. 5 hits, and again, 6 come across, 2 left on for the Mustangs. As again, they now lead 6-0 going into the top of the 3rd inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. Mustangs lead 6-0 in our inaugural spring broadcast of this season. Got much more to come. Next Tuesday, in fact, Hidden Valley softball versus Marshfield going to be next Tuesday, so catch that one on HVTV1.com. And all of the rest of our dates this spring you can find on our website on HVTV1.com on the homepage. Our spring broadcast schedule is posted right there as Colin Schultz starts out this inning firing strike 1 to Zach Wilson, the 3rd baseman for the Lancers. Now we're going to be fouled off toward the Lancer dugout on a hop. Colin Schultz gone through the first couple of innings fairly easily, just leaving 2 runners on base in the first inning, but so far has got 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's only given up 1 hit to this point in the ballgame. He leads in the count here, 0-2 to Wilson. Pitch a fastball just a bit outside. That looked like it was strike 3 from here, but that's why I'm not an umpire. 1 ball and 2 strikes down there on the field. That one's going to be fouled off toward the backstop. Staying alive is Wilson at the plate. This is going to be the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Zach Wilson, Credence Hill, and Cade Johnson due up in the inning for the Lancers. That one's going to be a breaking ball fouled off into the lawn behind home plate. Nice battle brewing there. Zach Wilson, the 6th pitch of the at-bat now. Trying to get Schultz out of his groove that he's been on. That one's going to be popped up towards the first base side. Matusik just going to watch that one go out of bounds. Again, just to reset the infield for you for the Mustangs, on the third base side is going to be Ryan Harry. Playing shortstop is Isaac Hill. The second baseman is Sam Vidlak. And the first baseman is Lawrence Matusik. In left field is Gavin McLaughlin. Center field is Bodhi Kissel, and Parker Wright, the senior, in right field. Behind the dish is Nate Vidlak. A nice breaking ball, going to be just a bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still no outs in the inning. This has been quite a long at-bat from Wilson. Still battling up there. Great at-bat from Wilson. 2-2 pitch is going to be swung on and missed, and finally Schultz wins the battle. That's going to be his 4th strikeout of this game. It's going to be the leadoff hitter in the order, Credence Hill, the center fielder, in his first trip up. Grounded into a 4-3 round out, the second baseman. That one's hit on the ground as well. Taking that one himself is going to be Schultz. Great job there. 2 outs now in the inning. Going to bring up Cade Johnson. Flew out to second in his first trip. And now with 2 outs in the top of the third, looking to get something started for the Lancers. They trailed by 6 after Hidden Valley's explosive second inning. And Schultz is just cruising out there now. First pitch. It's going to be a nice breaking ball low in the zone. Going to be called strike 1 to Johnson. Coming out of the windup now, Colin Schultz. Very far out on his front foot was Cade Johnson, had him off balance. No balls, 2 strikes to count to the shortstop from South Umpqua. Stepping back in, getting ready for the 0-2 pitch. Now fastball high in the zone, flied out to Parker Wright. He gets under it and catches that one with ease. A 1-2-3 inning for Colin Schultz on the mound. He is cruising now as no one gets on base for the Lancers. Hidden Valley gets another chance now to put up a few more runs on the board as we head to the bottom half of the inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Cyril Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audiovisual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. Everett Lamb still out on the bump for the Lancers as the Mustangs lead 6-0 over South Umpqua. Leading off this inning is Sam Vidlac, hitting that one on the ground. The first pitch of the ending is going to be picked up by Johnson. Fired onto first. Got him a nice stretch by Rudy over at first. First out of the inning comes on one pitch. That's going to bring up the designated hitter Matthew Iwamizu. Reached on a fielder's choice last time and came around to score on the Gavin McLaughlin inside the park home run. One out in the inning. Lamb still on the mound, something of note after that rough second inning. I still thought he's been pitching fairly well, just that one hard hit ball. But other than that, just a couple ground balls, been beaten out, a lot of bunts, moving runners over, still pitching fairly well, just putting up a 6 spot right there as that one's hit on the ground. Lamb going to field that one. Easy throw onto first, gets Iwamizu for the second out of the inning. 2 quick outs, brings up the first baseman, Lawrence Matusik. Was able to reach on an infield single on the bunt in the first inning. Of course, he also came around to score on that inside the park home run from McLaughlin. Swung on and missed, maybe foul tip, but a nice breaking ball by Lamb. 0-2 now to Lawrence Matusik. Pitch now into Matusik, and a swing and miss on that one. An easy inning for Lamb. A nice change of pace. It's 3 up, 3 down, go the Mustangs. And now Lancers get a chance to try to scratch their way back into this one. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Outside, you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing outside, and you may need to
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Mustangs lead over the Lancers 6-0 after an explosive second inning. Colin Schultz still on the mound, got 4 strikeouts, only given up 1 hit to this point. An incredible showing for him through the first 3 innings. We'll see if he's going to keep it rolling as we move deeper into the game. Due up this inning for the Lancers is Aspen Roberts, Jeremiah Geiger, and Ever Lamb. The pitcher due up the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Lancers in this inning. Again, South Umpqua is an 0-6 team so far this season. The Mustangs have yet to lose, so really a mismatch here, and the score shows it, but still Ever Lamb doing a nice job on the mound for the Lancers, at least without the scorecard in the way, as that one's bounced over to Vidlac. Throw on to Matusik for the first out of the inning. Going to bring up Jeremiah Geiger. He reached on a single his last time, but was left stranded at second base earlier in the first inning. Again, Hidden Valley played earlier today. They beat Cottage Grove 12-6 in their first game of the day, and that's why we started this one just a tad late, but still getting it on the air. Hopefully it doesn't get too dark out here. Again, we had to call one yesterday versus Sweet Home as the rain stopped us, and then no lights here at the baseball field, so had to leave that one tied for a piece last night versus Sweet Home. 0-1 pitch is going to end up low to Jeremiah Geiger. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the 4th inning. That one's going to end up on the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. Schultz got, again, 4 strikeouts to this point in the game, and Hidden Valley, again, second in the state, only behind North Marion, who's a 7-0 team. That one's going to be fouled off. Unfortunately, though, Hidden Valley is never going to meet North Marion this season at all. Their next few games are going to be versus Sweet Home on the 25th. Excuse me, at Rogue River on April 5th. They play 2 there, and then league season starts right after that on the 10th against Mazama. That one is a high strike, a swinging strike, and it's going to be strike 3, in fact, for Jeremiah Geiger. That's going to bring up Ever Lamb. 2 outs in the inning. 5 Ks for Schultz through the first 4 innings of work. Not too bad. He starts out the next hitter with a strike as well. Absolutely pounding that zone with that fastball and breaking off the off-speed stuff when he needs to. He's not showing too much of it, though, so these Lancers don't know what to look for. But spotting his fastball extremely well, as that one's going to be another strike. Gets ahead 0-2 to the number 5 hitter, excuse me, the number 4 hitter in this lineup. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Colin Schultz. No runs, no hits, no runners left on for the Lancers as we head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hidden Valley leads 6-0. You're watching HVTV1.com.
HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 6-0 the score. Mustangs lead over the Lancers. Due up in this inning for Hidden Valley is the 9-1-2 hitter, Gavin McLaughlin, Bodhi Kissel, and then Parker Wright for the Mustangs. Again, these two teams played last year, and both games went to Hidden Valley. The first one was a 15-0 win for the Mustangs, and they played later on in that same week, and they won 8-3. The Mustangs did, so definitely the favor in this matchup. They're showing why. 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Mustangs thus far. Starting out McLaughlin with a strike. Gavin, his first time through, 4 RBIs on the inside the park home run, as he's going to knock that one down just to the mound, diving into first base. Throw's going to beat him, though, for the first out of the inning. That's 3 plays that Lamb has had to make so far this game, all coming right back to him. Only 1 error for the Lancers so far in this game. Throwing error by Wilson, as that one's fouled off over the Hidden Valley dugout. Again, Bodhi Kissel up right now. He's 0 for 1. He's grounded out and walked to this point in the ball game. Curveball going to find the outside part of the plate. Not a strike. Going to be 1 ball, 1 strike for Bodhi Kissel. Again, Hidden Valley trying to improve this year, still trying to make the playoffs. They missed them last year to a play-in game. They lost to Baker 10-5 on their home field. Heartbreaking loss for the Mustangs as that one's lined into right field. And that's going to be over the head of the right fielder. Bodhi Kissel going to round first base, head to second. They're going to hold him there. A nice line shot going to end up to the fence. Bodhi Kissel, a 1-out double for the Mustangs. So now it's going to bring up Parker Wright. He's 1 for 2 so far, a strikeout and a single so far in this game, but a chance at an RBI opportunity here with the speedy Kissel on second base. Not quite sure what we're talking about down at the plate, but looks like the meeting is over. Not quite sure what it was, but Going to get back into the ball game. Head coach Vidlak giving out his signs. Out on first base again. First base coach again. We mentioned Curtis Kissel and Mike Reese and Brian Diotti in the dugout for the Mustangs. Again, can't say this enough how experienced both those guys are, and really making the Mustangs show how good they are. Hopefully not going to miss the playoffs again this season, though. Again, we mentioned the 10-5 loss versus Baker last year. In the year before that, though, losing to Astoria in the quarterfinals as Lamb checks Kissel over at second. Losing to Astoria in the quarterfinals, though, in 2017. But with a very young squad here, could be making a run at the playoffs. A very good team Mustangs have. Is that one under the glove of Horton? Kissel going to move up to third on the pass ball. So now a runner at third with one out. Parker Wright still at the plate. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. That's going to find the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Infield playing in for the Lancers. Going to try to cut down the runner Kissel at home. Going to have to come up with a quick throw, though, because Kissel, he is quick running that 90 feet line between third and home. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Parker Wright. He has struck out once already in this game. In danger of making it 2. That one's a ground ball hit over to Johnson. He comes up with it. Throw on to first. It's going to be the second out in the inning, but in the meantime, Bodhi Kissel comes in to score. Second out in the inning. That's going to bring up Isaac Hill. 0 for 2 so far. Struck out and he reached on an error in the second. That ball's going to be high for ball 1. Ham's line score so far, he's given up 6 hits, 7 runs, only 6 of them earned. And he's got 4 strikeouts. He's walked 2 to this point in the game. .20 pitch is going to be low. Excuse me, no, it's a 1-2 count now. Got the scoreboard a bit mixed up. So that pitch is outside. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7-0 lead for Hidden Valley after Bodhi Kissel came in to score already this inning. That one's hit high. It's over to left field. Should be a routine play. And it's going to be made for the third and final out here in the 4th inning. The Mustangs, they get one across, though, on 1 hit. And again, 7-0 lead going into the top of the 5th inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. A 7-0 game now. The Mustangs lead. Colin Schultz still on the mound for the Mustangs. This point in the game, he's only given up 1 hit. He struck out 6 and walked 1. Having a fantastic game on the mound for Hidden Valley, trying to rest up some arms. As again, their schedule coming up looks like this. On the 5th of April, they play 2 at Rogue River. And then on the 10th, it's a road game against Mazama. On the 13th, they play 2 here against Mazama. You can catch those games on hvtv1.com. And after those games against Mazama, it is all league play, and those are the games that count for Hidden Valley. And Schultz fires a ball to Doug Martin, the designated hitter. Six, 7, 8 hitters in the lineup due up for South Umpqua. It's a 1-1 count now to Doug Martin. Martin grounded out in his first trip to the plate in the second inning. 2 balls, 1 strike now to that designated hitter. It's a called strike 2. Again, give enough credit to Colin Schultz, but the man behind the dish calling the plays. Nate Vidlac, a freshman, doing a good job keeping composure down there. Of course, reading signs from head coach Mike Reese in the dugout, but still doing a great job behind the plate, not letting anything get past him, and definitely a position that doesn't get enough credit as the catcher behind the plate. Doing a great job this game is Nate Vidlac as well. Now up is Noah Rudy. He struck out his first time up. He's going to swing and miss at that one as well. 7 strikeouts so far for Schultz. That one's going to be flared out past the first base and over the short little fence out there, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Colin Schultz ahead of Noah Rudy. Out of the windup. Pitch, a nice breaking ball. Sounded like it knocked off the top of his helmet. Might have just been the glove of Vidlac. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out in the inning. Outfield playing a little bit shallow here. Infield at normal depth, but something, if he pulled, could get over the head of McLaughlin over here and left. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. That one going to end up being low, blocked by Vidlac, being a wall back there. Count runs full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A nice job there by Rudy to come back into this one. Was down 0-2. Now he's got the count full. Pitch is swung on and missed. Another strikeout in this inning from Colin Schultz. Makes 8 on the game, as that's the second out. First pitch swung on and missed by Simons, the right fielder. He also struck out in his first at-bat back in the second. Oh, 0-2 count now to Simons. Now in a breaking ball, not going to find the zone. One ball, 2 strikes now. Schultz trying to get out of this inning, let his offense come back into this one. Foul ball out into the lawn. In a 7-0 lead for Hidden Valley. Most of that coming back in that second inning, is now 2 balls and 2 strikes after that one into the dirt or the turf here at Hidden Valley High School. Had that for a couple seasons now. Same up at the softball field and the football field, something that not a lot of schools in Oregon can say, especially not 4A schools, but Evergreen Federal Bank has done really good by Hidden Valley, and we're definitely grateful for Evergreen Federal Bank and Jeff Hyde. As Colin Schultz, 3 strikeouts in this inning. That makes 10 straight retired overall for Colin Schultz. 9 strikeouts in the game, and Hidden Valley leading 7-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing outside.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. The Mustangs lead 7-0 over the South Umpqua Lancers. Ever Lamb still on the mound for South Umpqua. So far today, he's given up 6 hits, 7 runs. 6 of those runs earned. He's got 4 strikeouts and 2 walks to this point in the game. Coming up this inning for the Mustangs is the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Colin Schultz, Nate Vidlac, and Sam Vidlac. Schultz, so far in this game, is 0 for 2 at the plate, but is having a fantastic day on the mound. 9 strikeouts to this point, only 1 hit surrendered for the pitcher for the Mustangs, and that one's going to be fouled off to begin this at-bat. 7-0 lead, definitely comfortable for Hidden Valley, especially the way Schultz is dealing on the mound, but could never be too comfortable here. That one's going to be swung on and fouled off. An 0-2 count now to Colin Schultz. Got a strikeout and a flyout for him so far this afternoon. That one's lined, going to end up in right field for a base hit for Colin Schultz over the glove of Roberts at second. Seven hits now for the Mustangs as Colin Schultz leads off the 5th inning with a base hit. That's going to bring up Nate Vidlac. He has only been up once so far. He was hit by a pitch earlier in the 2nd inning. We're going to bring in a runner for the pitcher. Running for Schultz is going to be number 12, Bryson Stevens, the senior, running for the pitcher over there at first. Nate Vidlac, the freshman catcher, stepping in to the plate. First pitch to him. It's going to be flied out, flared to right field. That one's going to get down. It's a fair ball. Bryson Stevens rounding second. Nate diving into second for a double, a close play, but that double moves Stevens to third. And Vidlac winds up at second. That's going to bring up Sam Vidlac with no outs and 2 runners in scoring position. Sophomore has a chance to do some more damage as the infield comes in for the Lancers. So far, Sam Vidlac is 1 for 2. He singled back in the 2nd and grounded out in the 3rd. That one's hard hit to right field. Stevens going to end up tagging up, heading home, and he's going to get in there standing up. So the sacrifice fly from Sam Vidlac gets Hidden Valley one more and makes it an 8-0 ball game. It's going to bring up Matthew Iwamizu. Iwamizu is 0 for 2 so far. He reached on a fielder's choice in this one. Going to end up chopping over to Lamb. Nice throw to first. That's going to be the 2nd out in this inning. In the meantime, though, Nate Vidlac is going to move up to 3rd base. It's going to bring up Lawrence Matusik, the first baseman. He's also 1 for 2 so far. A single and a strikeout to his name so far this afternoon. But with a runner on 3rd, he gets a base hit to knock that guy home. High into center field. Reading that one well enough and put that one away. Matusik flies out to end the inning. One guy comes across for Hidden Valley. They leave one on, and they leave with an 8-0 lead over the South Umpqua Lancers. You're watching HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. Apologize for that. We're trying to give you a look at the Evergreen Federal Bank scoreboard here, but a little bit of a malfunction in between innings here. An 8-0 lead for Hidden Valley. On the mound, Colin Schultz. I believe we actually got a new pitcher here for Hidden Valley. Looks like Lawrence Matusik. Be sure for real in just a second here. But that is Matusik on the mound. Schultz is going to move over to first. Schultz finishes his day on the mound with 5 innings pitched. In those 5 innings, only given up 1 hit. He struck out 9 and only walked 1. But they just switched spots out there. Matusik moving to the mound. Schultz moving to first. And we'll see what Matusik can do against the 9-1-2 hitters. Schultz exit the game actually retiring 10 straight. So we'll see if Matusik can continue the trend and make it 13 straight. That one's going to be a ground ball fouled for strike 1. Again, top of the 6th inning, the stat that really jumps out to you is South Umpqua's 1 hit, and it came from Jeremiah Geiger back in the 1st. But since then, it has been really no offense from the Lancers. Again, 10 straight set down by Schultz before Matusik comes in here. That one is going to end up bouncing to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 9 hitter, Zach Wilson. Wilson, 1 plate appearance so far. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. Pitch from Matusik is fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Warming up behind us in the bullpen here for the Lancers. Going to probably end up seeing a new pitcher here by the next inning. Warming up in the bullpen for the Lancers is Noah Rudy. Matusik breaks off the breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes as that one bounces in the turf. Two balls, 2 strikes. Matusik out of the windup. The pitch is going to be just high. A full count now to Zach Wilson. That one going to end up low, bouncing to Vidlak, as Wilson will be the first guy that's gotten on base in 4 innings for the Lancers. That's going to bring up Credence Hill. He's 0 for 2 so far. 2 groundouts for him to this point in the game. There you get a good look at Lawrence Matusik right there on the mound. Missed the basketball season due to an MCL strain and excited to be back for baseball. And is doing well so far. And the Mustangs undefeated. So doing well as a team, and Matusik definitely excited about that. That one's going to be a bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike, I believe. The count to the leadoff hitter, Credence Hill. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner going at second. The throw, a nice throw, but he's going to be in there under the tag. Zach Wilson snagging a base for the Lancers. So now Credence Hill gets a chance to potentially knock home that first run of the ball game for the Lancers. The first time actually the second time a runner's been in scoring position for the Lancers, as that one's hit down the line. Ryan Harry going to pick that one up in foul territory. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Credence Hill. Out of the stretch now is Matusik. The pitch hard hit on the ground. Coming up with it's going to be Sam Vidlak. Fires on to first for the first out of the inning. But in the meantime, Zach Wilson's going to move up to third base. So with 1 out in the inning, Cade Johnson, an 0 for 2 score for him so far, but a chance to maybe drive in that first run. Hidden Valley definitely not going to play infield in here. In fact, Ryan Harry playing fairly off the bag. And really, if there's a ground ball, Hidden Valley going to let that one go home. I pitched just a bit outside, I believe. Didn't look like it was a called strike, but 0-1 the count nonetheless. To Cade Johnson. 2 flyouts to this point for him. That one's going to be inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball going to end up inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now from Matusik. In danger of giving up that first run for the Lancers after Schultz came in and pitched 5 shutout innings on 1 hit. Still only 1 hit for the Lancers, as Wilson is on third from a base on balls, as that one is fouled off. Slicing. Oh, couldn't make the catch in foul territory. Unfortunate. Again, Mustangs defense not playing for the runner at home. Outfield still playing relatively shallow, though. The pitch in is going to be outside. The count runs full, 3-2 with 1 out and a runner on third. That one's going to be fouled off. Staying alive at the plate is Cade Johnson. Playing shortstop today for the Lancers. Hasn't had a whole lot of action to this point, though, defensively speaking. Again, still warming up behind us is Rudy for the Lancers. That one's going to be fouled off as well behind home plate. Still 3-2 with 1 out. Johnson putting up a good fight at the plate here. Top of the 6th inning, Hidden Valley leads 8-0. Mustangs 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors to this point in the ball game. So that one's going to come inside, and Cade Johnson will take a walk. 2 walks issued out of the bullpen for Matusik. And now runners at the corners with only 1 out. We'll see if maybe Cade Johnson gets the green light to go ahead and swipe second. But Vidlak has a bit of a cannon behind the plate, though, so even then, might be a little bit risky. Stepping up to the plate now is Aspen Roberts, the second baseman. 0 for 1 so far with a walk and a ground out as that one's fouled off. And it looked like Johnson wanted to go, but Matusik coming set, checking his runners. A slide step to the plate. Now the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Getting in the top of the 6th inning here. Almost running out of the daylight again. Yesterday had to call the game because we did run out of daylight against Sweet Home. Hidden Valley ended up tied there 4-4, and it sounds like that ball was fouled off. Might have caught a little bit of Nate Vidlac there behind the plate. Nate looks to be okay. Might have caught a little bit of that thigh above the shin guard. Always hurts. New coach Mike Reese going out to check on him. But all seems well behind the plate. A 1-2 count with 1 out to Aspen Roberts. Matusik trying to find his pitch. Shakes it off a couple times, feeling confident about this one with the 1-2 count. Johnson's going. He gets Roberts swinging. Strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the inning. Hidden Valley still leading 8-0 after South Umpqua leaves 1 on. It looks like South Umpqua's confused about how many outs there were there, but that is the end of the inning. Hidden Valley still leading 8-0 after the Lancers leave 1 on third. You're watching HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning with Hidden Valley leading 8-0 over the South Umpqua Lancers. We have a new pitcher on the mound for South Umpqua. It's going to be number 15. Let's get this name right for you. Number 15, Noah Rudy. Comes in from playing first base. And Lamb is going to move over to that first base spot. Leading off the inning is Gavin McLaughlin, then Bodhi Kissel, then Parker Wright. Give you the final score on Ever Lamb in just a second as that one's popped up. Shallow left field, calling everyone off is going to be Johnson, but instead making the play is going to be in right field. 1 out in the inning. Final line score for Ever Lamb. He's going to have pitched 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, gave up 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He struck out 4 and walked 2 on his way. He'd be on the line for the loss should his team not try to make a comeback in that top of the 7th inning. Apologize for the pause there, folks. Stepping in now is Bodhi Kissel, the center fielder. He's already up in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Rudy, a right-handed pitcher. A junior also playing infield. We saw him over at first base a little while ago, but stepping in for Ever Lamb, who gave up these 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 8 hits, but he pitched fairly decent through the first about 4 innings, even though he gave up that 6th spot in the second. Still pitched relatively well, striking out 4, and a lot of those hits coming after that 4th inning. So Bodhi Kissel going to take a walk. So with 1 out, Mustangs get a runner on. First walk issued by Rudy. Horton trying to go out and have a talk with them just a little bit, try to calm his guy down. I mean, you don't really have much to worry about right now. You know, definitely don't want any more runs to come across, but with only a runner on first, you can just attack this guy at the plate. Parker Wright doesn't get under the ball too much, so definitely if you throw down in the zone to him, you might get him to ground into that double play that you need to get out of this inning. High leg kick, and fires in a ball just a bit low for strike 1. There you see Parker Wright, the senior. Right-handed hitter. Him and along with Uemizu, only guys who have played football and basketball. It's on the starting lineup today. So the 3 sport athletes. Again, Parker Wright and Matthew Uemizu. Matusik would have been on that list, but again was injured through baseball. Glad to be back for spring. 1-0 count to Parker Wright. The pitch a little bit inside. And it looks like Kissel just kind of jogged into second there. It looks like he might have thought there was a hit by pitch, but no one came to cover him. Definitely questionable there. Not quite sure what happened, but Kissel just started jogging into second. Not quite sure there. Pitch low to Wright. 2 balls, no strikes to him. That was odd. He just walked into second base. I've never seen anything like it. 2 balls, no strikes to Parker Wright. Parker Wright, 1 for 3 so far. It's his 4th chance at the plate. Move back to Kissel. That one's going to wind up in center field. He's going to get up and take off and gets back into third base, sliding. Advancing on the air, so now with 1 out, Parker Wright. Chance to drive in the 9th run of the ball game for Hidden Valley. Advancing on the air. Knocked on the ground. Coming up with that one was Wilson. Firing on to first, and they did not beat him. It looks like he might have got him, but Parker Wright going to beat out the infield single, and in the meantime, Bodhi Kissel is going to come in to score. 9-0 the lead now for Hidden Valley. That's Parker Wright's 2nd RBI of the game. Now stepping in is Isaac Hill. Strikeout. He reached on an error in the second and then flew out back in the fourth. Mustangs with one more run here, I believe would initiate that mercy rule in there. So Parker Wright comes around to score. This one is over. Got a new hitter in for Isaac Hill. It's going to be Morgan Stever, the freshman. First at bat in this game is going to take ball one. Stever gets his first at bat in the sixth, again a freshman, taking the spot of Isaac Hill, the shortstop. Pitch from Rudy, the high leg kick, fires that one in there, and that one is going to be flared foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rudy coming set, checking his runner. Getting that high leg kick. It's going to end up inside Parker Wright, going to advance to second on the wild pitch there. So now with the potentially winning run at second, Parker Wright stands in there. And again, if he crosses, this game's over. Hidden Valley would end with a little bit of an awkward walk-off win, initiating the 10-run mercy rule. That one's hit over to first base, but instead Roberts is going to field that one, tossing it on to first, and they get him. 2 outs, but Parker Wright advances to third, and that is going to bring up Colin Schultz, I believe. See if they've made another substitution. It's going to be a left-handed hitter. I believe it's going to be Matusik. And no, it's going to be Caleb Richter, another freshman for Hidden Valley, left-handed hitter. Going to be batting for Colin Schultz. Takes the first pitch. On deck, it's going to be Nate Vidlak. But the freshman Richter getting his first at-bat of this game. 1 ball, no strikes to him. And again, Parker Wright, the senior, on third. That pitch a little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes to the freshman Caleb Richter. Get a 9-0 lead for Hidden Valley. Parker Wright, if he's able to come home on a base hit here, that'll be the game. As that one is low and in the turf, but a nice block behind the plate by Horton. Excuse me there. Richter's going to end up walking on 4 pitches. And that'll bring up Nate Vidlak. He is 1 for 1 so far. He was hit by a pitch in the second and doubled in the 5th inning. Pitch at his eyes is swung on and fouled off. 0-1 count. Coming set is Rudy again. Parker Wright. Winning run potentially. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Nate Vidlak. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Getting 7 innings played here in high school, not the traditional 9 you'll see elsewhere. That one's hit high, deep into left field, but the play is going to be made for the third and final out of the inning. Hidden Valley has a chance to close this one out after they leave 2 runners on in the bottom of the 6th. They have a 9-0 lead. You're watching HVTV1.com.
HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934.
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're on the top of the 7th inning. Hidden Valley leading 9-0. Got some defensive changes for the Mustangs coming into the top of the 7th inning. At third base, we're going to have a change here. It's going to be number 8, Gavin McLaughlin. On the mound is going to be Nate Vidlac. Moving over to the shortstop position is Ryan Harry. And Bryson Stevens has moved into left field for the Mustangs. Kissel and Wright still in center and right field. But 3 outs, and the Mustangs will have another victory. It would be their 7th win on the season. Vidlac starting him out with a strike. Geiger to lead off the inning for the Lancers, and then Ever Lamb and Doug Martin due up this inning for the Lancers. 1 ball, 1 strike for Nate Vidlac, the freshman on the mound. Excuse me, that's not Vidlac, that's Isaac Hill on the mound for Hidden Valley. Nate still behind the dish for the Mustangs. So Isaac Hill moving in from the shortstop position. That ball's hit to right field. Parker Wright going to get under that one and make the play for the first out of the inning. Now coming up to the plate for the Lancers, not quite sure who that is, but we definitely have a lineup change. Can't quite see the number. We'll get that to you as soon as we can, but the pitch from Hill is in there. For Matusik, he only pitched 1 inning, but he did walk 2. No strikeouts, no runners came across for the Lancers. Swing and a miss. Hill strike away from setting this one down. It's going to be strike 3 on South Umpqua's number 12. That's going to be Jordan Stevenson. Now due up is Doug Martin. Martin's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out to this point. The Mustangs only 1 out away from getting again their 7th win on the season. That one's fouled off over our heads and into the parking lot. Sounded like it hit a car pretty good. Yikes. Hopefully someone's got insurance. Two balls, 1 strike to count to Martin. Pitch in from Hill. That one swung on and missed, maybe foul tipped, but still ends up in the glove of Vidlak. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the designated hitter for the Lancers. The pitch now from Hill, the windup. That one's going to be struck out looking. The Mustangs end this one with a 9-0 victory. Stay with us. We're going to get HVTV1's player of the game, Colin Schultz, coming up next on HVTV1.com. All right, I'm here with HVTV1's player of the game, Colin Schultz. First of all, great job on the mound today. How'd you get prepared for today, I guess?
I I definitely just mentally prepared after our first game. It was kind of hard. I didn't have much time. It was like 10, 15 minutes, but thank you. I just did my normal routine in the bullpen, threw 20, 30 pitches, and I just felt good today.
That's good to hear. And then as a team, obviously welcoming in 2 new coaches, what has been kind of the team adjustment so far this season? Obviously off to a great start.
I don't know. I think with the new coaches, I think they worked because I think it works a lot better, honestly. Each coach has their own specialty. Reese with pitching, and he's helped us a lot because our pitching has been outstanding this year so far. And with Diotti, he's a great infield coach. I like what he's taught us. There's some new things that he's taught us, and I don't know, it's working. we all seem to be buying into it. So
that's good to hear. And a very young team compared to last year, which means really kind of a rebirth of a new team. From last year to this year, what are your hopes going through the league season with the Skyline and then hopefully into playoffs? Where do you guys see yourself this year and maybe in the future?
State championship. That's what we want.
Is that just the end of that statement?
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully good luck to you, and I'll see you next time, man.
Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. This one is all wrapped up. Hidden Valley beat the Lancers 9-0 on their home field. It's going to be their last home game for a while, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about how these Mustangs ended up today. Ended up with 9 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 4 on in this game. The Lancers, no runs on 1 hit, 2 errors. They also left 4 runners on base in this one. But the story today, as a matter of fact, was Colin Schultz. 5 innings pitched, only given up 1 hit, 9 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. Matusik came in relief for 1 inning. He walked 2, but got out of that inning without giving up any runs. And then obviously Isaac Hill firing this last inning, putting up 2 strikeouts to end the game for the Mustangs. Again, it's going to be their 7th win on the season. The Lancers, well, they fall in this one. It's going to be their 7th loss on the season. So they fall to 0-7-1. The Mustangs are now 7-0-1. The Mustangs' next games are going to be against Rogue River twice on the road on the 5th, and then Mazama once on the road on the 10th, and then on the 13th. We'll be right with you on HVTV1.com as the Mustangs host their first league matchups against the Mazama Vikings. Again, that's April 13th. But there's still some action in between now and then, as on April 2nd, I believe it is, next Tuesday, HVTV1 will be up a little bit across over the left field fence, as a matter of fact, at the softball field, bringing to you Hidden Valley Lady Mustangs versus the Marshfield Pirates in softball. Again, that's next Tuesday. But the baseball team off to a rolling start. Fantastic job for them. They are 2nd in the state right now behind North Marion, who is 7-0. The Mustangs now, of course, are 7-0-1, ranked 2nd. Junction City is 3rd. Philomath is 4th. Banks is ranked 5th with a 4-1 record. Phoenix is number 6 at 5-2 record. Henley is number 7, 3-1. Sweet Home, Baker, and Marist Catholic round out the bottom third of the OSA top 10. Take a look at the Skyline Conference as a whole before we close out this broadcast. Hidden Valley now 7-0-1, leading the league. Phoenix is 5-2. Mazama is 4-1. And Henley is 3-1. Mazama, a team just short of the top 10, as a matter of fact, ranked 11th in the state. And then after that, Klamath Union and North Valley, a winless North Valley team, rounding out the bottom of the Skyline Conference. We take a look at the Special District 4 of the of the Division South Umpquas, and again, that's Special District 4 in the 3A division. Brookings Harbor is 5-0, Douglas is 4-2, Sutherland is 3-4, and St. Mary's, Cascade Christian, and South Umpqua round out the bottom of Special District 4 in the 3A. But again, story was Colin Schultz, fantastic showing. Can't stress this enough. 9 strikeouts is not something you see every day as Hidden Valley wraps up their 7th win of the season. That'll about do it for us for now, though. We hope you enjoyed watching the Hidden Valley Mustangs on HVTV1.com. You can watch a free archived replay of this event and many others by simply logging on to HVTV1.com or on our YouTube page at HVTV1 Student News. Join us next Tuesday for another exciting event on HVTV1 as Hidden Valley Mustangs take on the Marshfield Pirates just over that that right field fence at that softball complex. Once again, the final score here was Hidden Valley 9. South Umpqua was shut out in a 9-0 victory for the Hidden Valley Mustangs. The executive producers of HVTV1 are Christopher Pendleton, Dale Fisher, and Brian Miller. Once again, for Cale Harms, I'm Josh Eldridge, and have a great rest of your evening from Murphy, Oregon.